like the day is finally here. It is Sunday, January 29th, and I am here at the Pasadena Convention Center for Pasadena Comic Con. So let's go inside and take a look. Hello everybody, I am here with my friend Kirk Thatcher, who I haven't seen since Halloween. I was not sober, spoiler alert.
And I wasn't this pretty.
How have you been?
Good. Had a nice, pretty calm holiday season, and I've been working since May on directing an animated series for Nickelodeon.
Are you allowed to talk about it? Or
I can say the name, yeah. It's called Max and the Midnights, and it's going to debut fall of 2023, so fall of this year. And I said it's Monty Python and the Holy Grail for 12-year-olds. It's an action comedy series. It's really, really fun. And I'm directing it over Zoom, so you get to work at home, and it's all being done in Unreal Engine, if you've heard of Unreal Engine. It's big in video games. So it's pretty amazing. It's like you're directing a video game. So if you know video game world, you got the sets and the characters. So the characters just kind of slide around when you're directing, because they're not animated yet. But then you can move the cameras and put the cameras anywhere. So it's like a virtual director's playset. Damn, it's really fun. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. I think it's going to be really fun. It's funny. It's got action, adventure. It's got drama. It's a really good show.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Yeah. So is this your first time at Pasadena Comic Con?
Yeah. First time. Not my first con, but first time at Pasadena. Yeah, it's nice.
Have you been to the city before?
Oh yeah. I grew up in LA.
Okay, good.
I've been coming to Pasadena since before it was cool.
Nice.
Back in the 90s.
So since we met, I found out something about you. Okay. I did not know this. This is our third encounter now. First one, right. We went to my boyfriend David, who's filming. Hello, David.
Hi, David. Turn it around.
Oh my God, he's so camera shy. But we went to go to the New Beverly to see the screening of Werewolf by Night.
Oh, right.
And I needed water so bad. I was, a thirsty bitch. And Kirk was in front of me in line. Yes, you may know him as the Scotsman from Werewolf by Night.
I got killed by this guy.
But I was in desperate need of water, so I went to the lobby to get water, and this kind gentleman was in front of me, and he's like, "Oh, if you would like, you can go in front of me because I've already seen this." And I was laughing so hard because I was like, okay, because I knew exactly who he was.
You did?
Yes, what a gentleman. But I was too nervous to say anything back then, and now look at us. Pasadena
Comic Con. Now we're best friends. And I wasn't flirting with you either.
I was so scared on Halloween that you thought I was flirting with you.
No. I know. I know who's flirting. I flirt with everybody.
I do too.
Yeah.
But since Halloween,
yes.
I did not know about your history with the Muppets.
Oh, right.
What the hell? I am obsessed with the Muppets. Always have been.
It's all right. It'll pass.
I don't know if it will. But my question for you is, I don't know if you've been asked this before, but if you had to identify with one Muppet, like which Muppet?
Ask that all the time. Well, boy, it's hard because I've written and directed and helped design some of them. Identify with, or there's three answers to that. Okay. Identify with Gonzo. Like before I ever worked, I identified with Gonzo. He's funny, outrageous. I love Uncle Deadly because I love monster movies and monsters, and he was a creature. And then I love writing for Pepe. So I wrote and directed Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh my God! I got
Gonzo and Pepe.
Yeah.
Uncle Deadly we didn't really put in there because he's, I don't know. At one point he was going to be one of the major characters, but so it's not an easy answer. When you work with, I met Jim Henson in 1986, and I worked with him until last year. So thank you for asking.
Here I thought I was being original. Okay, you've never been asked this before. Which Muppet
would I eat if I was on a desert island? No one has ever asked me that. Of course, Piggy, because A, she's pork, and B, she's fat, so I could probably live for a month.
Well, I was going to say which Muppet is the tightest, but I feel like you just topped me with yours.
The tightest? I think Rizzo or Pepe, because they're tiny. You can't even get your hand up there.
Oh, this is how I get demonetized.
Exactly. Well, we're talking about puppets. You put your hand up there and make them talk, but not Rizzo and Pepe. They're actually a little trigger mechanism. Because literally their heads are tiny. They're the size of, I don't know, I don't have anything here. That's the size of their head, so you can't get your hand in there.
Do you want to show off some of the stuff that you have for sale?
Sure. Well, this is interesting. This is Salacious, who I puppeteered in the Jedi Making of special. My buddy Mark did his voice, so this one you get both signatures. That's me and Salacious. A lot of Star Trek 4 pictures of me as the punk with Leonard. We showed that for Joanne. And then I got to play the punk again in Picard. So that was a lot of fun. And write a new version of the song. The lyrics are 35 years later, nothing much has changed.
I have to tell you something hilarious though. So my friend Robert Meyer Burnett, huge Star Trek fan. So I was telling him about Halloween, and I was a little bit tipsy, and then I was just like, oh yeah, I met Kirk, and I was just saying like how much fun we had, and he was like Kirk, the punk from Star Trek, season something, episode something. I was like, I guess. I was like, yeah. I was like, I just know, that you fisted a Muppet or two, and I'm very jealous.
It's dry. You get fibers in your fingernails. It's not good.
Well, anyways, Kirk, I don't want to take all of your time, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for being on my channel. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I'm shocked we're sober.
I know.
This is just
I'm
coffee.
drinking water. We'll show up later. Or, you know what? Come by, bring me a good drink, like a Manhattan, anything with bourbon in it. I'll knock $10 off your photograph.
See you later. Hello, everybody. I am here with Bonnie Gordon at Pasadena Comic Con. And if you listen very closely, you can hear Ice Cube rapping in the background.
Listen very closely.
I'm like so nervous that this is going to get my video taken down.
Nah, there's enough white noise, I think, of everyone, all the people talking. There's enough noise.
We're here to talk about Ice Cube now.
Oh, no.
That song used to be my ringtone in high school.
Really?
And I don't think I knew what the song was about.
Oh, until you listen back now as an adult,
now
you're just like, oh. That's a lot of songs. I listen back to the lyrics and I'm just like, oh, I never knew what these words actually were or meant. Yeah. Story of my life.
Well, anyways, is this your first time at Pasadena Comic Con?
No, I've been lucky enough to be at Pasadena Comic Con since the first one, actually.
Wow.
I was here as a musical guest the first year. I'm in a nerd comedy band, which is probably another reason why I'm not good with lyrics, because I tend to parody songs. So most songs I know, most of the songs I'll know words that are about Star Wars or Star Trek or Taylor Swift, Shake It Off. I know it's about Gandalf. But then all of a sudden I listen to the real words and I'm like, I don't remember what the song is actually about anymore. But no, I've been with Pasadena Comic Con for quite a while, and I do cons all over the country. So it's nice to do one local where I don't have to commute or drive really far.
So you're from the area?
I am. I'm from Louisiana originally, but I live in North Hollywood now.
Oh, nice. We live a block away.
I have to sneeze, and I sneeze like a cartoon. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyways, we live one block away. So it was less than a 3-minute walk for us today.
See? Isn't that the best feeling? Yeah. I just parked across the street and I was just like, all right, just bring my suitcase. Don't have to fly anywhere. Don't have to drive far. Bring my coffee. It was great.
So I just came from the voiceover panel, which was hilarious.
So much fun.
Recorded the whole thing. It'll be up on my channel soon.
Oh, great.
But I was dying at the cold read and just what was not on the script.
Yeah.
Just really brought it to life. Everyone had their own jokes that they threw in there.
Yeah.
Especially Eric's impersonations.
I know, it was so funny. I was trying really hard not to keep throwing in zingers because I wanted the panel to keep going. But there's so many times just I can improv a joke here, but I won't. But I should, but I won't.
You had some good ones though. The monkey sound.
I was like, well, everyone was doing monkey sounds. I went monkey. I was just like, oh, I don't have the energy for this right now.
That was so funny. One of the things that I recognized you from was from Star Trek.
Oh yes.
And my friend is probably the biggest Star Trek planet on the planet, Star Trek fan on the planet. Robert Meyer Burnett. He's obsessed with Star Trek.
Well, welcome, darling. Welcome.
Can you tell me a little bit about working on Star Trek Prodigy and just how that happened?
Sure. Well, I'm a huge Trekkie already, so I was really lucky to be a fan of Star Trek from the beginning. Not from the beginning, but before I got to be a part of Star Trek. I was actually one of the actors in Star Trek: The Experience in Las Vegas, which was a live action show and experience with a really cool ride thing. It was really fun. So I was one of the actors on that years ago, back in 2008. We don't want to age me.
21.
We won't get too. Math is hard.
It is.
I don't even know how old I am anymore.
Yeah.
I'm 21 forever, darlings. But no, it was one of those things where I was in love with Star Trek, and when I found out that they were going to be doing some animated shows with Lower Decks and Prodigy, I flipped out and was trying any and every way to get auditions. As a voiceover actor and as a Trekkie, it was like, oh, this is the best of both worlds. So I was lucky enough to be to audition for Gwen for Prodigy, and I got all the way to the end for the role, and they brought me in as Scratch for the role while the animators were working on it and while they were finalizing casting. So I got to be a part of the project from the beginning, which was really great. And the creators, the Hagen brothers, they're amazing. Ben, the director, is incredible. Brooke, the voiceover director. I mean, the whole team just loves Star Trek, they're so respectful to the fandom, and the writers' room is like top notch. Shout out to Erin Walke. But seriously, everyone who works on the show does it for the love of it, and it really shows. It really shows.
That's fun. At the beginning of the interview, you mentioned that you are in like a cover, kind of comedy band.
Yeah, like a parody band.
Yeah. Did you want to give that a shout out?
Sure. So if you look up anywhere on the internet, Library Bards. It's like library cards, but with a B. It's my friend Xander and I. We take top 40 hits and turn them nerdy. So it's very much like in the Weird Owl, where we parody a whole bunch of top 40 hits and make them to be about Star Wars, Star Trek, comic books, video games, Princess Bride, you name it, we sing about it. And I actually have a solo album coming out next month in February. So keep a lookout for that, because it's still also very nerdy, but it's more jazz and blues with a little hint of nerd in it too.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a
thank
good day here
so
at
much,
Pasadena Comic Con. It's so nice to meet you.
Bye, everybody. Live long and prosper.
I am here with Larry Houston. How's it going today?
Very good, very good. Nice crowd.
So excited when I saw your name on the list of people that were going to be here today.
Yeah.
Growing up, the 90s X-Men cartoon was like one of my favorite shows to watch. And I just found out right now, I didn't know this, he's working on the continuation. We can't really talk about it, but that's very exciting.
Yes.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Love your shirt, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's got all the original logos on it.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, these here, like Cyclops, Storm, Rogue, at the time when the show was made, there was no logos for them, so I had to make them up on the spot.
That is crazy.
Jubilee, Jean Grey, yeah, those are all my designs, and they're going to continue it in the next show too. Same logos.
I love it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite X-Men?
Probably not the most popular one, but Cyclops is my favorite.
All right.
Because he's the leader. And I know people say, oh, the Boy Scout, blah, blah, blah. But, you got to have, someone's got to be in charge. So it's either him or Storm, or it's going to be Xavier.
I think for me it's Storm. I was this close to wearing my Storm shirt today, and then, but I didn't, because my boyfriend David, who's filming this, has his X-Men shirt on, and I was like, oh, I don't want us to both be wearing our X-Men shirts, so I was like, oh, we're Spider-Man today. But David, if you don't mind just showing some of the artwork that he's selling today.
That is cool.
And then, are you excited for the potential of the X-Men jumping over into live action for the MCU?
Yes, I am, and I have a lot of positive thoughts for the next one, because now that Marvel's in charge of this series, I figure they're going to give it the TLC that it never got at the other studio, and that there's a good chance that when it does hit live action, it'll be something we all can go, oh man, you can be excited, like they got it right.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
When Multiverse of Madness came out, going into the film.
Yes.
And first of all, hearing the song and seeing Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
What was that like for you?
Oh, it's like I was breathless.
Yeah.
You hear the theme, and you see the yellow chair coming up, and we're going,
Oh my
God, that's our show.
Yeah, that is so crazy. And then again in Ms. Marvel, hearing the little note.
Yes.
I freaked out. The first time I didn't hear it. And then I rewatched just that scene because it was so exciting, the reveal.
Yeah.
And then hearing the note, I was like, holy
it's kind of like subtext. You have to really listen. There's a little extra there.
Yeah. So just looking at your banner that you have here and all the stuff you've worked on, Masters of the Universe, Captain Planet, which by the way I've heard they're maybe going to be making a live action Captain Planet.
Oh wow, okay.
I am so down for that. I have a fan theory, my own fan theory.
Okay.
It's so embarrassing because I said it out loud for the first time the other day and everyone laughed at me. But I thought growing up, Captain Planet and Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus, I thought maybe they were a couple. Because I would watch them back to back growing up as a kid, and I was like, I think that they could be a cute couple.
Right.
If that happens, when you guys do the live action version of this, if that happens, you heard it here first. I pitched that.
You got it first.
Anyways, thank you so much, Larry. It's nice to meet you, and I'm just such a fan of your work, and I'm so happy to hear that you're working on this new revival, reboot, whatever you want to call it, of X-Men. I could not be, my excitement level was already here, but then hearing you're working on it, it's just I'm so thrilled. So
I can tell you that the show, because I've been working on, I was consulting on a series, and they have me direct the new intro that you're going to be getting. I can tell you that the quality of what you're going to see, it's phenomenal. The look is excellent. They keep the same costumes, and so everything's going to be, they're taking up from where we stopped, and they're going forward. But the look will be the same, and a lot of the original voice actors came back. So
that's awesome.
It's going to sound the same. So I think everybody's going to enjoy the show.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and it was nice to meet you, and I'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye-bye.
My name is Erin, Erin Hunt Rado. I am an epic fantasy author, and I work in short fiction. Look, there's snap novels. Ask me a question.
Also, right before we rolled, you gave me a spoiler alert. Can we talk about it?
This is Tales of the Raven's Daughter, and yes, my girl dies in the first 3 scenes. Because that's how I start a book. But then my girl discovers she is a realm walker. She can walk between the world below and the world above. Then I keep the characters tight. I don't throw in like an encyclopedia on you. So we've got the best gender fluid character ever, based on Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream. Then I throw in a former brigade captain with a really tragic battle past. And then there are 6 little adventures in the series. It's like reading a full novel in 6 books.
Where can people find your books?
You can find them on Amazon. Just look for Tales of the Raven's Daughter. This is the first title, The Beast of Basque. And then, so this is the origin story, The Beast of Basque. Thief of Souls is number 2. It's a whodunit. Wizard in the Wild is knocking a few heads together. Rips in the Ether is Gods and Monsters. We've got a really neat Kelpie battle in that one. Mistress of Her Own Game gets a little into dark psych. I start really messing with character destiny there. And then The Raven's Daughter is the conclusion, big ending, and maybe a really powerful character death.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's nice to meet you.
It's so awesome to meet you.
And have fun at Pasadena Comic Con.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Hey everybody, I am here with Laura Faye Smith, who you know as the voice of Rosalina in Mario. How's it going so far?
It's going great.
You know, Rosalina is a princess, but to me, she's a queen. I'm telling you guys, Rosalina, ever since they introduced her Super Mario Galaxy 1, right? Favorite character of mine. I
And you know
love
that wasn't
her.
me, right?
In the
first one?
No, I wasn't in the, like, I didn't start till 2013 with Super Mario 3D World. So I've done everything since 2013 to now. But prior to that, there were two other actresses who voiced it first. Yeah.
She's one of my favorite video game characters now. It's just so fun. How did that role come to you?
I just auditioned for it through my agency. So, you know, they sent me the audition and I did it and it happened and here we are.
It's so crazy. I'll tell you right now though, I play Mario Kart a lot on the Nintendo Switch, and baby Rosalina, no matter what, whatever difficulty I'm on, always beats me.
Really?
Yeah, like I'll be in first, and then at the last second she'll
Just
slide
like
on in.
Swipes on it.
Yeah, it's so...
Gotta watch those babies.
It's true. Do you have a favorite course on Mario Kart?
It's been, honestly, it's been a while since I played. I remember Rainbow Road being like the most torturous and hard ones. So yeah, I'm not remembering the individual names because it's been a while actually since I played that. I used to race Mario Kart before I voiced the game.
Wow.
And I used to play as Peach all the time. So when I met Samantha, I was like, who's Tracy?
Oh, that's so fun. There's one called, I think it's called Baby Park, and it's just like a circle, and you do like 8 laps. That one's really fun too. Are you excited for the new Super Mario Brothers movie coming out?
Yeah, I totally am. I think it'll be really fun.
Just the colors, the style, I cannot wait for
And it
that.
seems they're making it kind of its own thing, right?
Yeah.
Like if I saw the previews and like they're not attempting to sound
Right.
like the game characters in the game, it's its own story and stuff, which is cool.
I just cannot believe it's taken this long to get an animated full
It's like
film.
all these things happening at once, right? Because the Super Mario World opening at Universal,
yes.
and then the movie coming out.
Are you going to?
I'll go see it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the world. I was just there maybe like a week ago, and going down the escalators, you can see everything, and just to see it for the first time, it like blows my mind. So I can't wait to go. There's a Mario Kart ride opening. There's a Toadstool Cafe. I just cannot wait.
That'll be fun.
Well, anyways, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you.
much, and enjoy the rest of the day here at Pasadena Comic Con. Bye. All right, everybody, that'll do it for me for Pasadena Comic Con 2023. Thank you so much for following me along as I covered the convention floor. If you aren't already, follow me on my Instagram and on my Twitter, 50 Shades of Tay, where I also have cosplay that I've been checking out all day long. So many fun, creative costumes I've been seeing. I will be uploading to my YouTube channel the entire 45-minute voiceover panel. It was hilarious. I was dying with Eric Bowes' impersonations he did throughout. So good. So thank you so much for checking out my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys soon.